Step into the octagon. My wallet shining. I'm a great American professor. Oh, strike a tumor, nogi, judo rope. Oh, kale, schooner, kale, hey. Training inland, a friend of cannabis. Flying triangles, elevates. Yo, I represent this planet. Professor O's, America, Achugamare, Puragiri, Ambassador, Professor O's, America, Mamote, Brazil, Oi Halate, Professor O's, the planet, Professor O's, America, Sarwoni Mawale.
When I used to do a lot of gi, I remember learning a move from Cabrina for the back take. I think it was even called a chair sit back then. But in nogi, it's the same. We can do a chair sit as well. It's just, I don't think you want to have as much emphasis on the seat belt as you do hip positioning and getting your legs actually like wrapped around the opponent. This is because of the evolution with ADCC where people are trying to fight the hooks. It's so important you get your legs actually wrapped all the way around and you don't settle for just a seat belt, okay? So let's look at this chair sit and some of the fundamentals around it that I feel served me. When I do a chair sit, I wanna make sure that my face isn't up here. One of the main reasons for that is that when my head is up high, my opponent can drop their shoulder pretty easily, okay? This is directly correlated to my chest to back connection right here, okay? So since we're getting into chest to back connection, I want you guys to see how I have good chest to back connection. Again, this isn't necessarily an emphasis on just having a gable grip and having a seatbelt right here. It's the chest to back connection, okay? To have good chest to back connection, that means my head's gonna be low, okay? This puts me behind this shoulder blade, all right? Another thing to think about that applies to all back mount right here is my elbows, okay? So I'm not gonna have my elbows shallow like this. If my elbows are shallow like this, then I might as well anticipate the guy just escaping his shoulder blade, turning to the mat so that I can stay on top and continue to fight for inside position, all right? If you guys actually want to take the back here, then I need to make sure that my elbows are getting on the other side of his body. This mainly includes this one in front of his shoulder right here, okay? So I want you guys to see, like, I could have a great chair sit right here with my hands grabbing my elbows, okay? The emphasis here is that I have good chest to back connection. My elbows are in front of his body, okay? And when I provide some forward pressure right here, then he's not gonna be able to turn and face me, okay? This is effectively a pin right here. But we have back exposure, so we're gonna try to take the back now, okay? So to take the back, I'm gonna basically roll him to my far side, all right? To do that, I'm gonna sit my shin into him. So turn. Yes. My shin is gonna go into his back right here, okay? And now I'm gonna fall to my hip as I pull him to the other side. And then I lock my leg around him with a wrapping hook. I go as deep as I can go, even if I gotta grab my own elbows. And I'm going to attach my chin to his shoulder right here and drive his top shoulder over his bottom shoulder right here. Now I'm going to move my shin to the back of his body and I'm going to sit with the intention of throwing this wrapping hook around his waist here and then lock it. So I break his shoulder stack right here, I sit my leg in, and I'm gonna throw this wide as I sit back to the other side. To take it one step further, because we did talk about in the ADCC how people are fighting the hooks pretty well. Let's say I went to sit him and I couldn't complete pulling him to the other side, maybe because he started messing with my feet. So I go to pull him, we stop right here, I can't get my feet in, okay? It's so important that I do this, that I take my foot and I drive it through the center of his hip right here. So if I can't go around wide like this because he starts swatting at my feet, all right, I'm gonna pull him and sneak it straight through the hip, okay? Flip to the other side. So if we get stuck right here, I'm gonna take it and sneak it straight through the hip. We're not going wide, we're going straight through the hip right here. And then I get my hooks, and then I attack the choke. So next time you guys find yourself having trouble taking a guy's back, I hope you guys can get good chest to back connection and then pull him back and get your hooks in, just like I showed you, all right? Hope that helps. Let's look at a breakdown for the turtle position that might put us in a position to have to use a chair sit. So, let's say I got my spiral ride right here and my hips are open into his hips right here, okay? What I can do is I can hook his legs similar to that 4-point breakdown we did, apply some valgus pressure while I lean to this side, and I shoot my leg through. Now that is the ideal, easiest back take that you could possibly get back in 2012. Again, here I have probably a deep elbow right here. I have a good spiral ride right here, and I'm going to go and pull at his leg just like the 4-point one, valgus pressure to close his hips as I put this bottom hook in, okay? That's the easiest way to do this. Now what'll happen if somebody's smart is they try to not let this hook get in, okay? So if I go to pull him down right here and I go to pull him over and we hit the floor, but he walks his hips out and does not let that leg get in, well, now is when I can sit up and start focusing on this chair sit, okay? So right here would be the best time for a chair sit. So I go to break him down, I peel at this leg, I apply that valgus force right here to sit, but he does not let this bottom leg come through because he walks his hips out, because he's smart. I'm gonna turn over, keep this chest to back connection right here, so I can keep this shoulder stack broken right here. Now, I'm going to throw in with the chair sit and take the back. So that's a pretty orthodox breakdown from the turtle that I've been seeing since back in the Cabrinha days, with the added problem of if they don't let you get that bottom hook in very easily. So we use the chair sit. Hope that helps. Let's continue down this turtle rabbit hole. So if my partner is turtled up, he's being super stubborn. He knows I want to get hooks in. It's 80 cc points, and I've been jumping my dang hooks in. He blocks them with his elbows every single freaking time. I can't Hinzo roll him. My God, I've thrown the whole kitchen sink at him, but I haven't done one fundamental thing, and that would be just a simple tilt. More specifically, it would be the hip tilt, okay? So what I'm gonna do with the hip tilt is we can build momentum by kind of starting out here on the side, right? Starting out here on the side is important because if maybe Aiden decided he wanted to stand up into a 4-point, I have the freedom of movement to move around him, okay? This is different where if he sits down on it down here, then if I was like already turned here, then if he stood up, I'm already kind of like on him, and if he beats me to the feet right here, look at how all he has to do is step this leg over me, high leg over me, and I'm screwed. So that's why if you're on top of turtle, you can have a way more dynamic positioning if you're out here on the side, right? So for the sake of this, I'm gonna start out here on the side of this hip tilt, okay? So I grab the bicep right here, I take my hand, and I'm gonna insert it for the spiral ride, okay? Now, the spiral ride's job is to pry. You see that? The bicep tie's job is to try to keep him planted and broken down right here and pulling him into me. If I don't have this, then he could just run forward and I'd lose him. So the bicep tie keeps him close to me, and because it's a pronated grip too, it's pushing him downwards, okay? The spiral ride is prying him, and now I'm gonna add my hips into the mix. I'm gonna take my knee right here, I'm gonna throw it into his knee and lock my hips around his while I sit to my butt, okay? So we hit the floor, I found a turtle position, maybe it was a front headlock to go behind. Boom, I hit the turtle position right here. Bicep tie, spiral ride, bicep tie, spiral ride. I put my knee next to his knee to block, and I'm gonna sit to my hips, and then I can insert my hooks from here. One more time real fast. I hit the front headlock, hit the go behind, switch, pull with a tilt, and take the back. Here. So next time you guys find yourself on top of a turtle, I hope that helps you with breaking down the turtle with a hip tilt. So we've been talking all this and that about how to destroy someone from on top of turtle. Well, Ryan, what do we do when we're on bottom of turtle? Well, I'm gonna show you some good defense right here, all right? If Aiden is on my side and he's applying the spiral ride right here, first thing to understand is that we really only have two things we can use to defend, okay? Remember in the 4-point, we talked about opening our hip. With the short underhook, we talked about opening our hip. Short underhook's not really gonna do a lot of good right here because he's kind of closing up on me right here. I can't really get a short underhook very easily right here. Also, this arm is kind of addressing my arm right here. So what I can do is take care of this spiral ride, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm not going to go fingers in and try to pry because this is an open elbow problem, okay? I wanna have a closed elbow and I wanna fight for inside position here. So to do that, my thumb's gonna go on the thumb right here. I'm gonna work to get my elbow on the inside, okay? Once I strip this, I can get up and I can start working on getting this underhook once I can make some space, okay? Thumb on the inside of the thumb, boom, boom, inside of the thumb. Elbow to the inside of the elbow, clear it. One more time. He's got a spiral right here, thumb on the inside right here, okay? And then I'm gonna go elbow in. I'm gonna stand up and look to get this underhook, okay? Next time you guys find yourself on the bottom side of that turtle and someone's doing a spiral ride to you, let's look to put our thumb on the inside of that thumb, elbow on the inside of the elbow, clear it, and get out. Hope that helps. Let's look at another bottom side turtle defense or escape, if you will, okay? Let's say they get behind you and they just do a rear body lock because they're just trying to hold you down and they're not necessarily trying to get hooks or even tilt you. They're just trying to hold you. So let's check this out. Rear body lock, escape numero uno. Okay, so he's behind me. The first thing I want to do is insert my thumbs where his thumb is, okay? The next thing I want to do is get up, okay? And I can lean into him, and then my hips are gonna go create like a wedge, like a knife. My hips need to create a blade and drive into where his grip is, okay? Now I'm going to pull elbow on the inside of the elbow, just like we were doing with the spiral ride, and shoot this underhook and then walk into him. One more time. So say we are right here, he's got a body lock, okay? I wanna get rid of this body lock, thumbs on the inside right here, and I'm going to immediately start trying to stand up. My feet go out, my hips go in, but it's very important I don't just go square hips, I go bladed hips like a knife, and I'm gonna drive them into the lock. Now, elbow on the inside of elbow, and I'm gonna insert this underhook and start walking my hips into him. So next time you guys find yourself on the wrong end of a rear body lock, that's how you get out. Unless you just like enjoy being in the rear body lock by another giant sweaty guy. Anyways, hope that helps. Let's look at a move that is pretty popular amongst like 10th Planet guys. I think Nathan Orchard used to do a lot of these. I've heard of a couple guys doing these and specializing in them. Anybody that plays a lot of truck is probably doing this. I don't really play a lot of truck, but I am very interested in the body orientation and flipping the truck and stuff like that. So I've been kind of watching it and asking about it as well. So let's look at the gut wrench, which is kind of like a 50-50 body or 50-50 position against a turtle. And I'll show you why it's 50-50 in a minute. But first I'm just going to show you the gut wrench in general. So check this out. So the gut wrench is basically like if I went to this side, hip tilting position right here, but I decided that I really wanted to lock in with this guy. Maybe they move a lot, so I wanted to close my hips off with his hips, or like match my hips to them. So I insert my knee in here and I take a waist wrap with my other arm, all right? So I would be out here, and then I insert my waist wrap with the other arm, and I insert my knee deep into this, okay? Similar to the other breakdown that we did with the turtle, I'm going to lock my leg around here, and I'm going to pull him over to his shoulder. Now, as you can see here, this is where people enter the truck and whatnot. That's not really my goal so much as it would be to just take the back, right? And so if you want to take the back, I need to get the seat belt and then move my legs in. Again, say I'm on turtle right here. I'm going to insert my knee, take the opposite waist strap, and I'm going to lock an S grip, okay? S grip like this, locking an S grip, and now I'm going to lean back as I stomp on his calf, and I insert my hook right here. If you guys wanted to do like all this stuff, that's all options, banana splits, or you just do a fundamental like Berimbolo-esque back take right there. If you guys find that you're having trouble kind of locking in with someone on the turtle, here's a good way to do it, this gut wrench position. So hope that helps. Okay, so I just showed the gut wrench, and you're probably wondering, well, shit, man, what the hell do I do when somebody gut wrenches me? I did say that it's kind of a 50-50 position, and here's why. So Aiden enters the gut wrench right here. So it's a 50-50 position because if I can keep his leg from connecting to my leg and limiting my hip movement, try to get my foot, you see how I'm hiding it, then I can actually slap on my own gut wrench, and I'm gonna do a forward roll right here that ends with him in the bottom position, and then I can come on top of. So before I lock this up, see, I am screwed if I'm not gonna let him trap it. He goes to trap it, I have to hide it. I wrap on my own gut wrench right here, and now I'm gonna roll over my own shoulder, take him to the floor, and then I'm gonna come on top. So next time you guys find yourself on the wrong end of a gut wrench, make sure to slap on your own gut wrench and roll them to the bottom, the wrong end of the 69. Hope that helps.